Okay, that's the worst applause I've gotten anywhere in the world. So I'm going to go off stage. I'm going to re-announce myself, and you better clap for me. So, ladies and gentlemen, all the way from Seattle, Washington, Stephen Krempl. Woo! Much better. I am going to be talking about the human presence in the new world of work. I was going to change the title to The Strategic Human Presence for the Fourth Industrial Revolution. But I thought, yeah, maybe not. Okay. This is going to be a slightly different presentation, and I'm going to be sharing some ideas for why you or some of the people in your organization need to be a little bit more visible to the organization, or especially to senior management. Why is it important? Because you need to be agile communicatively within your organization. Why? Because you may have a great agile strategy, a great agile project that you're going to lead, and a great agile plan. However, if you can't excite, persuade, or even get the interest of your senior management, I'm very sorry to say, you're wasting your time. Because here's what happens in most corporations. Gentlemen here, your name is? Shahid. Shahid, right? Shahid is presenting his agile strategy. I'm senior management. He does his job, and I'll say, great job, Shahid. We need more people like you in our organization. Shahid smiles. He leaves the room, and we go, we're not doing that crap. I know this doesn't happen in your organization, but I guarantee you that's what happens, though, because everybody is corporate nice. Wait, hold on. Action shot. Okay, got that? Okay, thank you. She might have missed the shot. All right, so here we go. Unbelievable. Who you know and who knows you is one of the concepts that's very important I'm going to bring to you to kind of share. Who you know is one of the things that, the people you know in the organization. Actually, the more important one is who knows you in senior management, though. Because if your name comes up and they go, Stephen, who? You're dead. If they don't recognize your name, you're dead. Of course, I know you don't have that problem in your organization. Why am I even doing this? I've been in corporate, like we said, in 4 Fortune 500 companies. I've seen many people being bypassed for promotion or given the price projects, not because they were not smart or hardworking, because they couldn't connect personally, communicate confidently, and stand out within the organization. So I'm going to ask you 3 questions. It's a yes and no answer, and it is participative, so I need a response, though. Question number 1. Does the smartest person always get noticed or promoted in an organization? Yes or no? Holy moly. Okay. Second question. Does the hardest working person always get noticed or promoted in an organization, though? Third question. Does the most loyal person get noticed or promoted in an organization, though? Unbelievable. Turn to your partner, which is the person sitting next to you, and tell them what gets a person noticed or promoted in your organization. You have 15 seconds. Please carry on, though. Yeah, I'm gonna get to that. 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Anybody want to put their hand up and share what their partner said gets you noticed or promoted in your organization? Though? Time out. In a large organization, most senior managers, if they ask a question and it takes longer than 3 seconds to answer, you are too slow. So let me try that one more time. Anybody wants to share what your partner said about what gets you noticed or promoted in your organization? Yes, thank you very much. Yes. Corporate dynamics meaning political, yes. You know, the politics in the organization, all right? Very good. Anybody else? One more, yes. I won't repeat that, but he said something kissing. 3 letters starting with A. Ends with S, and then, okay. Okay, so depends if you get along with people in the senior ranks, sometimes you get noticed or promoted. Okay, one last one.
Tall blondes.
Tall, what? Blonde?
Tall blondes.
Tall blonde. But I think that blonde had a little bit more hair, though. I will interpret the tall blonde as being if you have a particular cut that they're looking for, you either make it or you don't make it, though. Is it fair or unfair, though? No, it is what it is, though. There's some of you going, shoot, who invited him to this conference? But this is reality, my friends, correct? We had a story of a gentleman, Jim. Jim asked me to come down to Santa Clara to help him out for his presentation he's making to his CEO. He had a 10-minute presentation. I spent 4.5 hours on his 10-minute presentation. Then I asked him at the end, because I was a bit worried, and I said, Jim, how many vice presidents do you know outside of your product group? He hesitated, and I said, so you don't know anybody outside of your group, right? I said, who knows you exist? Most senior management in large corporations go like this. Hey, you heard Jim Smith? Yeah, he's a pretty good guy. Wasn't he the one that led that cross-functional team? Yeah, we know him. That's how you get a check mark against your name or not, though. And then you go, well, but my work will speak for itself. You're dead. If you don't speak for yourself, my friends, you're toast. Okay, you can call it what justification you want, it doesn't work. So let me just move ahead because I'm sure there are a few more slides here. Okay, so first one, it's all about who you know. Well, this is like networking, right? The most important question is this. If I went to your boss's boss, not your boss and not your supervisor, your boss's boss, what would they say about you, though, if I went to them? Just tell your partner, though. If I went to your boss's boss now and said, how is so-and-so? What would they say? What do you think they will say, though? Just tell your partner, don't worry. If it's nothing good, just make it up, though. Your boss's boss, what would they say about you, though? Four, 3, 2, 1. I'm not going to ask for feedback. Do you suddenly realize that who's the most important, your boss or your boss's boss? Who signs off on your promotion, your boss or your boss's boss? I've had situations where I had to fight for my right-hand person, though. No, she's really good. And my boss is saying, yeah, but she's so quiet in these meetings, though. I go, no, but she really does good work. Yeah, I don't think she's ready now. Let's consider her the next round. That's 12 months. Some of your organizations, you have, succession planning, right? All have succession planning. Ready now, ready in 12 months, ready in 24 months. Can anybody tell me what the hell is ready now? And what's going to change in 12 months' time, though? I'm going to tell you what changes. There are only 5 situations where your senior managers see or hear you, though. Number 1, the one-on-one meeting with them, of course, right? Number 2, the meeting is either your small team meeting or the large all-hands or town halls that you have. Number 3 is the conference call. Number 4, the business presentation. And number 5 is the company social. They don't know if you came in at 7:30 in the morning, and they don't care if you left at 10:30 that night. They see you and base their assessment on you on their last interaction with you in these 5 situations. But that's not fair, Stephen. My work will speak for itself. Every time I talk to senior leaders, when we're in succession planning meetings, the name comes up. What do you think they're thinking about? They maybe met you twice in the year. They're really senior. I know some of you are more senior, so you see people. But if they only see you twice in a year, and both times you're complaining, I'm not talking about any of you, but you know what I mean, right? What the hell do they think about you when your name comes up? Here's what happens. Pop, name comes in. John Smith. Was he the one that asked that question in that town hall? They even remember the negative question, though. Now, why am I telling you this? Because if you have an opportunity within your organization, do not be negative, though. There are only 3 ways senior manager sees you. You're either negative, neutral, or positive. Everything that is said negatively can be reworded either neutrally or positively. However, some of your esteemed colleagues think, now, Stephen, if it's tough, I'm going to tell it like it is. I'm going to ask them why the strategy is so stupid. I've been here for 15 years, and nobody in the company likes this new strategy. So what are you going to do about it? Let's go neutral, though. Stephen, how do we gain the support for our employees for this new strategy? The answer is exactly the same. The impression of you, totally different. Here you're the whiner. Here you're asking me a question. Tell your partner, how many negative questions have you asked inappropriately in some of your meetings? Four, 3, 2, 1. Please don't raise your hand. How many of you, for yourself, this is other people, how many of you know some people in your organization who tend to ask negative type questions? And here's what happens. Immediately when they put their hands up, everybody's going, oh my God, here he goes again. Does anybody tell them that everybody else is rolling their eyes, though? So here's the question for you again. What is your senior management's impression of you, though? Don't repeat that word. I don't care what agile strategy, you got the finances, you got the budgets, and it's not what they say to you in the front of the room, though. When you leave the room, though. Okay? So let me share with you in this slide here. It's about who knows you. And it's really around what they remember about you in those 5 situations, right? Let me give you 3 additional things you have to think about, though, if you aspire to go up the organization, or think a little broader, though. First one, please write it down somewhere. 2 numbers, 95, put a line, and put 5 on top, though. 95, 5. 95% of the time, please be who you are. I can't change you, you can't change yourself, so let's don't pretend. However, 5% of the times, in front of your senior leaders, you cannot be the same as you are behave in your 95%. Your 95% is your regular team meetings, maybe even your supervisor where you're going, now we got to get stuff done, right? When you go to your 5%, which is defined as 2 levels above you, you better change your language from here to here. Man, we have all these damn problems. Wow, we have a few opportunities that we can resolve. This stuff sucks. Wow, with a few tweaks, I think this week could get a lot better. And then some of you are going, well, he's sucking up, though. No, you're not sucking up. You're changing the language to suit the audience. No senior manager, even if they tell you, I want you to be frank and tell it like it is. That's a trap. And if you stepped into that trap, good luck to you. All of you know how to change because you do it all the time. In the office, you act one particular way. When you go drinking with your friends from college or wherever you came from, you act totally different. When you go to your mother-in-law's house, you act totally different. Or he says he acts exactly the same way. Yeah, right. When you go to the game, you act totally different. And when you go to your place of worship, wherever it may be, you act differently. You are not an actor, you are performing your role. Leader in an organization, friend, son or daughter-in-law, fan, or follower of some worship. We change our behavior based on our role. You need to figure out how you behave in your 5% situations. Number 2, you have to understand the rules of the game. Let me describe this. How many of you here know rugby? Everybody should be putting their hands up. Is the ball round or is it oval? Oval, very good. How many of you know here American football? Yep. For those who don't, is it round or oval ball? Oval, very good. And for our Aussie friends, how many of you know Aussie rules? A couple of people. For those of you who don't know, is the ball round or is it oval? Also oval. 3 oval balls. They all have at least 2 posts on the field. They all have a referee. The problem is, what happens when the referee blows the whistle? I think I'm playing rugby. My friend Shahid thinks he's playing American football. And the gentleman over there, your name? Carl, is playing Aussie rules. Beep! Shahid tackles me. I'm going, hey, I don't have the ball. What are you tackling me for? Because you stand there like an idiot, I'm running right over you. Right? And then Carl, right? Runs out in the open field. I'm going, Carl, where are you going? Because as you know, in rugby, he has to be behind me or next to me before I can hand him the ball. In Aussie rules, you can pass front, center, back, anywhere on the field. Here's the problem. What are the rules of the game? I can't accuse my leader that he is wrong. This is where most people I don't think that's just fair. That's based on your rules. The person that runs the meeting makes the rules. If you think you make the rules, good luck to you. Third concept is called creating green X's. And a green X is something memorable that as a senior leader or a customer or somebody else, when your name is mentioned, what positive thing have you done lately that I can remember you for? And if you haven't done anything lately that's positive, then guess what do I remember? The long negative list. And then your name comes up again. You mean that guy again? Wasn't he the one that asked that question in the town hall? Wasn't he the one that screwed up that one? I don't think he's ready now. Tell your partner, if I went to your boss's boss, how many green X's would they remember about you, though? You have 8 seconds, though, because some of you don't have a very long list. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm not going to ask for feedback. How many of you realize you may need a few more green X's? Your job is to create green X's. So let me just move along because that. So it's no more who you know or who knows you. It's really when your name comes up, what do they remember about you? So I got a couple more things I want to share and then get. You know, we talk about finding a needle in the haystack. Well, some of you are what I call not visible in the organization. If you are not visible, you are invisible. And if you are invisible, nobody is going to give you the key projects, key tasks, or even know who you are. You need to be visible in those 5% opportunities in a 5% time. So don't have to go, no time to do this. We all know the C-suite in the Deloitte Human Capital said, you know, that internal talent mobility, they're all looking for internal talent. However, if you're hiding, nobody can find you. Next, okay? The difference then is to stand out. You need to be able to connect with people. You need to be able to communicate confidently. However, many of you are hiding because you think your work will speak for itself. Then your agility from a communication standpoint is not as good as it should be. All right? So, very quick survey here. Poll. Which of skills is most important to reskill today? Either 1, 2, or 3. Tell your partner. Technical core skills for STEM, capability for innovation, creativity, ability to communicate effectively in business context, or analytics skills and business acumen. Which one? 1, 2, or 3? 4. Very quick. And the answer is? Very good. Next. Why is it important? Because even in the IBM 2019 report, it says that soft skills or the skills are now number 1, 2, 3, and 4. Doesn't mean the other skills are not important. These skills are even more important in the fourth industrial. Next question, very quickly. Which is the most valuable communication skill? Always being humorous in the life of the party, articulating your point of view clearly, providing detailed perspectives, or waiting to be called upon? 1, 2, 3, or 4? And I'm going to find out, so which do you reskill now? We have a program which was mentioned just now. It's called Winning in the Work World. You can't run it through in the classroom. You can. However, for organizations that are large, we put it online so that you can learn many of the skills I just talked to you about, right? In fact, let me just get to that one slide so that, whoops, okay, here we go. Back. So here are some of the topics. There are 10 modules, right? LRMG has them. You're talking about 95.5, 5% zone, how to connect personally, how to articulate your point of view, how to provide direct feedback positively, okay? How you take ownership, how to coach and recognize, and then how to success strategy. So we have that. So for just like everybody else giving out stuff, if you go to this site called Standing Out W3 online, you can have the module articulating your points of view clearly for free. You can watch the whole video. It's a micro learning video, and there's even a download sheet. So, ladies and gentlemen, here's the thing. I have 13 seconds left. Oh, it's last slide, you see? So, all I can say to you is, if you're not visible, you are invisible. And for all of you who are trying to make your agility project initiatives and or strategies work, if your senior management don't think too highly of you, chances of those things working has just slightly diminished. Thank you very much.